Welcome to the Too Much Dip podcast. My name is Dave, and I'm very happy to be here. Shout out to Lucy. Got him upper deck right now. I'm an upper deck guy. I didn't really think about that till our pod this morning. I always go upper deck with it.
I'm a lower decker, and that surprises Will. I'm not sure why. Most people go bottom deck. You get the gum working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a gum guy. Everybody knows that. Keep it simple. Keep it light.
That was my gateway pouch. Not pouch, but nicotine product was the gum.
Here's a guy who's young, dumb, full of Lucy gum, Randy Trembacki.
That's not true. I appreciate Lucy, and they're a great product for our company and anyone that enjoys them, but I do not do the nicotines.
Wow, what a real company guy here.
Yep.
That's pretty sick, man.
I'm sorry that I have not started to do that.
We'll get you on board.
No, I don't think you will.
Let's see if my co-host can match that energy. It's Dillon Shivery.
This is kind of a weird time for the sports. Not a whole lot happening. So thank you for letting us get through it with you. We're going to do our best to provide some entertainment, some knowledge, and some bullshittery.
Hey, is it true that Purdue basketball, speaking
Sucks.
of,
yeah, it is.
or is it Purdue football has the
Has the college football
playoff logo in their weight room? Is that like a motivational tactic?
I saw the tweet. I saw that Brett sent it in the group chat. I also don't know what the logo for college football playoff is, and Purdue basketball might stink.
It's a bear spiking a football.
Like the old backdoor cover
Yeah.
logo.
No, I think it's just CFP.
In their football weight room?
That's what the tweet said.
Okay.
Per sources. I get it as a
Maybe it's-
motivational tactic.
Yeah, like a motivation. Like that's going to be us one day, and it probably won't.
Like
but
if we had
you
a
can at least-
Grammy.
you can strive for it.
It could have been. I mean, Drew Brees, they would have been in the college football playoff.
Yeah,
Where did they tap out?
Rose Bowl.
yeah, you would have gotten
Okay.
a shot
There you
at
go.
the table,
Yeah.
seat at the table.
Yeah.
Little SMU made it.
Westlake's own
Mm-hmm.
Drew
It's
Brees.
true.
Little SMU made it. Speaking of, no KJ today. He, unknown illness, spent a number of hours at the San Marcos Twin Peaks over the weekend. We'll see what happens. No, he's got some sick kids at home. He's just, taking it easy. It's weird to not do this podcast with headphones. It kind of threw me off to hear the music through the speakers for once, but here we are. Gonna make it through. You think the majority of our stories are just gossip related today?
That's kind of where we are in the sports cycle of things. We do have college round ball cooking right now.
We do.
Don't think either of us are
Lady
big
Longhorn-
college basketball. The Lady Longhorns are
Longhorns.
your new number one team in the country.
Yeah, they're balling.
They also just won the SEC championship in swimming and diving, men and women. So that's great too.
You've been following that closely.
No, the algorithm, the Longhorn algorithm just keeps me updated on everything across the board. And they know that I bleed burnt orange, as some people say.
It's true. How's Purdue's diving team?
Actually, I think pretty good. They usually send a lot of people to the Olympics. Steele Johnson was one of the guys. His name was
Oh.
Steele Johnson.
So they used to call
I
Dillon.
think he works in a different industry, actually.
Yeah, but I think we've had some that's probably our best sport as far as professional athletes.
And still behind Texas.
My mistake.
Just
Whoa,
kidding.
whoa,
Just
whoa!
kidding.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Yeah, I didn't even go there. We like to have fun here.
Hey, I like to have fun wearing Rowback. Use code WASHED20, WASHED20. Load that card up. One-time use code. Get 20% off. Dylan's rocking the Longhorn hoodie.
Longhorn
which
hoodie.
I have that one as well. It's
The
very nice.
Embroidered Longhorn right there on the chest. The grit short, I would like to bring attention to. We have some en route to the office right now. I think the boys are going to be happy with what they find in the box. Grit workout shorts. They come with liner, and without liner, they come in 7-inch and 5-inch inseam.
It's my grit in a box.
The grit shorts. Excited to check those out.
We'll get Randy getting that Rowback workout gear in.
It's true. Look at it's a long sleeve.
It's a good one.
I complimented on him and before we recorded, and he wasn't very welcoming to the compliment.
I don't like compliments. I want you to just be mean to me.
Washed 20 will get you 20% off. You want me to be mean to you?
Just treat me like the dirty little pile of trash I am, Dillon.
Okay, this is getting weird.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know what to talk about. There's no sports.
Let's just get it over with. I've got the sunglasses on still. In the 3 hours since we did circling back, we had no major changes in Stygate. Still there.
Stygate, we're calling it.
There was nothing that could be done. We did a little warm compress, and look, we're just getting through it. We're not going to fiddle with it. I have a unrelated dermatology appointment tomorrow afternoon. Just kind of timing lined up. We'll see what they say. We'll have make sure they don't have to amputate my head or something.
That would be unfortunate.
What if I had to get a head transplant?
I don't know that they do that.
Whose head would I go with?
You get to just pick. Would you pick like the best looking head?
Walt Disney? It's like Frozen somewhere, right?
He's got some bad tweets.
Maybe they
out
give
there.
you a catalog of heads to look
True.
through. Like, oh, I want that one.
Yeah, I
This
would.
guy was a brain surgeon. He's really smart. You could just I assume the brain comes with it, right?
I would like to transplant my brain. It's a very complicated procedure in theory.
Like you can choose
Probably
this
very
guy.
expensive.
This guy is really hot with a chiseled jawline, but he's also just really dumb. You know, you get to pick.
So you're
It's all there.
You're gonna pick Dillon. You're pointing to Dillon.
No. I was pointing to my mic saying, "Turn me up."
Oh, okay.
Now, yeah, I don't know, man. I would go with give me like just like a chiseled. Give me the chiseled jaw,
Yeah.
like the wickedly talented Adina Menzel.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you noticed that her jaw is just wickedly chiseled?
It is wickedly chiseled.
I noticed that recently. I guess I had totally underestimated that.
She's got pipes, man.
Got pipes.
You know, has a really just good jaw. One Barrett Dudley.
Great
Yeah,
jaw.
he's just a hot man in general. He's got good everything.
Yeah, congratulations to him.
Shredded. He's got that lettuce up top.
Mhm.
Great head of hair.
Yeah, you know, one thing he doesn't have? A debilitating sty.
Yeah.
It's
So
true.
take
I
that.
don't think it's debilitating.
I'm wearing sunglasses to do a fucking podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Spitting out my mango.
Are you just trying to be PFT commenter?
I just missed the trash can from 2 feet. There's just gum in it. Just throw it away. You're fine. No, there's a PFT, Ross, Mark Norman will occasionally do your Rogans with
That's true.
shades. They would
Elon
stand up.
Musk wore glasses to the
I mean,
CPAC.
great company.
I was going to say you had a very Mark Roman cadence when you talked about turning up your mic. You sound exactly like him.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're thinking about the same guy.
Mark Norman.
Norman, whatever. Yeah, that guy.
Well, noted comedian.
He is a noted comedian. And you're funny too, Dave.
Tell me what you know about Steve Smith, Sr.
Great football player. Kind of a dog.
Definite dog.
Played above his short stature. You know, just a physical receiver.
Yeah.
Fast. Why?
Guy you want on your team.
What else? I mean, he hasn't played in a number of years. Why are you asking me about him?
Came into some controversy over the weekend. You seeing this?
I did see this.
A lot of ways we can go with this. The guy, the tweeter in question has since deleted his Twitter. You knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, this man found out that Steve Smith was carrying on a months-old affair with his wife.
Sexual in nature.
Extremely. And he took the route of calling Steve from her phone, recording it with his phone, and just being like, "Hey, man, you know she's married." And then posting it all over Twitter. Not only posting it, but tagging all sorts of brands.
He also shared some screenshots of a text conversation they had. I believe he was listed as the number 5 in the contact list, and he broke the code on that. Figured out it was Steve Smith Sr. It's pretty graphic. The things they're talking about are pretty graphic, sexually speaking.
Yeah, we don't need to
So,
dive all the way into it, but
is this the move? Like, if he was just an average Joe that nobody knew, surely he wouldn't go to Twitter and be like, "Hey, this guy's sleeping with my wife." But since it's a famous person, he knew that he would get attention. He knew that it would take off and he would become a name. But is this the kind of attention you want? You want to be the guy everyone knows as the guy whose wife slept with Steve Smith Sr.
this is what the kids would call crashing out.
He's crashing out.
This is a crash out.
I heard Parks use that term the other day.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I like it. I respect this guy because he was taking his licks. He said as much. Of course, by saying that, he left himself open to some jokes in the replies, and they were made about taking licks. You can probably figure it out. He's like, look, I know it's bad. I'm going to be known for this. Let me find his exact quote. It was almost kind of sad, but it was also like borderline thoughtful. Basically said,
Do you have your screen brightness turned up all the way?
the world will remember Steve Smith Sr. a whole lot longer than they will me. I'm good. I'll take my licks. He's basically sacrificing himself just so the world knows that Steve Smith Sr. is a scumbag.
Some self-awareness in that post.
Props to him for maintaining self-awareness during this trying time. I don't think I could do that. If it's me, I'm not really going to Twitter.
So he's sacrificing his dignity
Correct.
To put Steve Smith Sr. on blast publicly.
He's flying into the sun.
Yeah,
he's grabbing Steve and he's bringing him with him.
Yeah.
He said, we're going to both go down into the sun.
Did you listen to the phone call?
I did. Made me feel really weird.
All Smith said was, "I'm sorry." It's the only thing he said.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, "You got me." Like, "I'm sorry."
For the record, it does appear that Steve Smith is married with a family.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not realize that part of it. That's really unfortunate.
Or at least he took family pics in December. Whether or not that there's not, I don't know if everything's good there. Doesn't really matter. Although KJ did have an interesting note when he was telling us today that he would not be on the show. I will read what he sent Dillon and I. I said, damn, all good that you're going to miss the show. KJ responds, for the record, I stand with Steve Smith. So.
Okay.
KJ stands with Steve
And
Smith.
look, he wanted us to share that with you guys, so we are. That's why we're doing it.
Yeah, I feel like you can almost hear Steve Smith realizing like this isn't going to be just like a thing with me and this guy. This guy's clearly doing something, recording it, and this is going to be a big story. He's probably thinking about his job, NFL Network, I believe. Probably thinking about the family, many kids. A lot of things to think about when you're being called out for rearranging some guy's wife's IUD.
That's just not a Dave-ism there. That was actually shared, and I saw that on Twitter somewhere.
That was a text that she sent to Steve Smith.
Good grief. That's a visual that I don't particularly want in my
You ever
head.
done that, Randy?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Probably
Just say no, man. Let's keep it clean for the show.
I don't think this is not a clean show. What is the kids listening?
There's one or two out there. Yeah, probably not the move.
I don't think we got into the specific brands that he tagged. So he's clearly all right, well, this is an engagement play. We want to find that algorithm. We want as many eyeballs to see this. I want the whole world to know that Steve Smith Sr. was plowing my wife.
Why didn't he try to extort him?
I don't know.
At least get paid. Like, hey, man, I have all this shit. Here it is.
That's how you know that it really hurt this guy.
Yeah.
The fact that he didn't even go the monetary
he didn't even think
route.
about blackmailing him for this information.
He tagged.
And I'm not saying do that to people because that's messed up in itself. But this guy, he's a little unhinged. It looks like.
We've got Antonio Brown tagged, ESPN, TMZ, Panthers organization, Steve Smith Sr. 89, the NFL. That would be great if you got that NFL RT. That's huge.
Yeah.
NFL Network, Ghost Golf Club on Twitter. Not sure what that is. Went ahead and tagged TaylorMade Golf.
Why? Do we know?
And then Yeti Coolers. Shout out to Austin's own local business.
Yeah.
He's just he's engagement farming. Now.
Imagine Yeti Cooler's surprise when they hopped onto Twitter.
That's social. You know that social intern had their finger over that RT button, like. Oh.
Or just a witty quote tweet would have been funny as well.
There was a GIF or a GIF on
Yeah.
that could have done well, but I feel like that would have been a risk. That's one you probably get called into the office for. Like, hey, next time you're find yourself in the middle of adultery scandal on Twitter, just stay out of it. We don't need it. We're Yeti. We have nothing to do with any of this. And to their credit, they did not. But apparently, this guy's wife was in the band. The Ravens have a band. Did you know that? Like a marching band type deal.
No.
And I believe that's that's how they met. But very sad situation. Also, didn't blur out Steve Smith's number, so you have to think Steve Smith got a new phone because of this deal. So just a real headache all around for him.
Yeah.
Moral of the story is don't run around on your family, and also like don't jump into bed with some other guy's wife.
Yeah. That is the takeaway from all this. Don't cheat.
You don't get fired for this, right?
Probably not.
Like it's a bad deal.
Probably not.
It's bad behavior. It's like getting a tattoo.
If nothing more comes from this, I would imagine that he just gets like a closed door meeting. He's like, "Hey, Steve, let's zip it up, bud."
Mm-hmm.
Not in that sense, but like his choices
Mm-hmm.
in life.
Do you think it like when you're this guy and you're reading the text before you've like put it all together and realize it's like in theory a football player you grew up watching? Maybe maybe this guy's a Ravens fan, and like you're like it's a guy you rooted for. How does that make you feel? Like you find out Ricky Williams.
Yeah. Okay. It hurts a little more, I would think. If he was an actual fan of Steve Smith, I think this hurts a little bit more. It's like, oh man, I used to ride for you. You're gonna do this? Are they splitting up? This guy and the wife?
Yeah, apparently. People were saying like, bro, why don't you just leave her? He basically said, no shit. He said, for those saying divorce her, yeah, no shit. For those saying looks worse on me, I ain't got nothing to lose. So yeah, he knows he's leaving her.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they don't have kids. I don't think they do, because that's the only way this could get worse.
And if you do have kids, you especially can't take it public like this.
Yeah, that is not the move.
Because the kids they're gonna grow up, and then someone's gonna be like, "Hey, your parents like this was all over the internet for a week."
I don't know how into the text you got. I'm just looking at the Barstool Sports write up of this. It blows my mind that people text like this. Like the shit is like
All
fucking graphic.
dirty shit.
Like it's beyond dirty. It's like it's deviant. Like I can't even imagine thinking it, let alone putting it into a text message. But
Not us, Dave.
nope, guys like us, we don't do that.
We're classy ladies.
Yeah, we are. Steve Smith, be better. Be better.
Yeah.
Have you followed any of the post All-Star break Luka conversation? Maybe like his first few games back?
Not much. I've caught some Sports Center highlights, and he seems to be gelling well with one LeBron James. But
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot.
It came out that during the All-Star break, so Luka did not make the All-Star team. He was injured and just didn't make the team, right? Came out he was training in Cabo, which always makes me laugh. Because if you remember when Zeke held out for the Cowboys, he was training in Cabo.
Why do guys go to Cabo to train?
I don't know. I don't get it.
I feel like there's too many distractions in Cabo to get a good train session.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, so Luka comes back. They go to Denver. He looks great. Lakers offense finally clicks. You can kind of tell, like, okay, this is going to work at least on offense, right? They still don't have a center. They still need a couple more pieces. But everybody's saying, all right, well, this is it. Lakers now. This is Luka's team. Lakers are gonna make a run to the West. Whatever. Did you know that tomorrow night we have Mavs-Lakers in LA?
No,
We got a juicy one tomorrow.
not as juicy as the one in Dallas will be when the Lakers come to Dallas.
No, which KJ, in a
Yeah.
savvy veteran move, bought tickets for the night of the trade,
Smart
and
man.
he's gonna flip them. He's gonna make a good amount of money.
Is it that juicy? It being in LA? I mean, he's gonna dab up all his teammates are gonna hug it out, and it's gonna be
It's still juicy to see how it plays. I mean, so the thought is now, Jason Kidd, Mavs coach, knew about this and at least consented. So it's going to be really weird to see them interact. You're going to see asshole Luka, which is something that I became very familiar with, something I love and I'm going to miss. And that's just when Luka starts playing, and he's clearly playing a game of like one versus I don't know, 25,000, however many people are in the arena, where he's just playing everybody else.
I was under the impression that Kid was blindsided by this. Did new information
That's how they
come
spun
out?
it. That's how they spun it. Now, if you listen to like Tim McMahon of ESPN, he'll say he didn't know till the 11th hour. I think if you
But
want
he
to
still
get
signed off, even if it was right before the deal went down.
Kid apparently had some issues with Luka conditioning wise, things like that. A lot of the reasons they traded him. But Luka unfollowed Kid on Twitter or on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we can search that.
Wow.
You can see that now.
Okay.
It's going to be weird. I honestly don't even want to watch. I obviously have to watch. I don't want to.
Who are you pulling for? in
It
that
feels
game?
disgusting. I'm pulling for the Mavs. I want Luka to play well. It's still weird as hell. Lakers will probably win by 20. Mavs still don't have a big man.
AD's out still.
AD's out, Lively's out, Gafford's out. So they're basically having to put these lineups together and put like a guy who would normally be a 2 or a 3 at the center position, play small ball, which works against some teams. They beat the Pelicans. They got run by the Warriors yesterday. But it is such a fucking weird dynamic. And I don't know. Watching it's going to be absurd. Being on Twitter is going to be absurd. I'm going to get mad. I'm going to get big mad. I'm going to have to give my wife the phone. Don't let me tweet. I'm on crash out watch tomorrow is what I'm telling you. There's a good chance Dave crashes out on Twitter. I'm going to be very sad, and I'm going to wear a Luka Slovenia jersey tomorrow to commemorate the good times. I will do that.
I'm sorry that you're still dealing with this, and it's gonna keep playing out over the course of this season. Don't crash out, man. We don't want to see that.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that a big source of the stress that led to the massive sty on my eye has been the Luka trade that happened about 3.5 weeks ago.
Can it be stress related?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the thought. I looked into it, so that would make sense. I don't, dude. It's just the hardest part of this whole deal. It's not looking at like a Mavericks team that's probably not as good without him. It's like seeing everybody act like they're just now discovering that Luka's great because he's a Laker. Laker fans, I'm talking to you, acting like they saw this game and he was great yesterday. But it's like, dude, he's done this. He does this all the fucking time. They have no clue what they're looking at.
He's
They
nice
don't
with it.
know. They don't know. It's insane.
How old is he again? He's still
25.
He's a
Dillon.
young buck.
25.
He's got 7-8 good seasons left. Could of course extend beyond that, but man, if he becomes like the superstar post LeBron, the superstar in LA, and they go on to keep a nice supporting cast around him, and he wins a championship or two, you're gonna hate it.
Yeah,
You're gonna hate it.
I am. And you know what? A lot of people don't even think he's going to re-sign there. And the worst thing for me is I would not blame him if he went and signed with like the Rockets or something.
When's he up for a new deal?
He would have been eligible for the Supermax this summer. Maybe this summer, maybe next. I think it's next. Either way, there's people who think maybe he wants to go play with Jokic. out in Denver, which would be insanely fun. That would hurt a little less. I really have no beef against the good people of Denver.
It is an Eastern European-led powerhouse.
That would be insane.
Yeah.
It would be one of the most fun things you've ever seen on a basketball court. But
Yeah.
it sucks, dude. I opened Instagram earlier and it was like a Gatorade ad, like this whole new campaign all centered around Luca. It's disgusting.
Wearing Lakers shit.
Yeah. It's pretty gross, dude. So yeah, I gotta watch this shit tomorrow night.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man.
My arms are crossed. I'm in full Karen mode right now. I'm like being very defensive.
Yeah.
Like
It's like you're watching some kids across the street who are like up to nefarious activity and you're just waiting to call the cops on them.
yeah,
You know?
I am. Only it's a basketball game. With
Right.
people I've never met and never will meet.
Yeah.
Although I have met Jason Kidd when I was a kid. Got his autograph at Taco Cabana on Camp Wisdom. He was doing a signing there. True story.
That's sick.
As we waited in line, they handed out free chips and salsa.
There was this one time when I was at the Dallas Cowboys training camp. I was 10 years old, talking 1993.
St. Ed's?
St. Edward's University,
Mhm.
where I graduated from. I wasn't attending at the time as I was only 10 years old, but that's where they had the training camp.
Mm-hmm.
And Emmitt Smith didn't give me his autograph, and I hate him. I hate him.
Was he hurt, maybe?
Nope. He was walking toward the, I think, like cafeteria area.
Okay.
And we were away from the crowd. It was just me. I had a ball in one hand, football, and a Sharpie in the other. And I said, Mr. Smith, held it out to him. Can I have your autograph? Nope.
That would have been a really good one to get. He's the all-time leading rusher.
He said, nope. I did get Jerry Jones' autograph on that football that day.
Wait. He gave you a nope like Randy gives the group text a nope when you ask if somebody can give you a password or something on the weekend?
Nope.
Nope.
I
Nope.
actually had a similar story. I was I was at the Dallas Cowboys thing, and T.O. was there, and he gave me a little signature on his health and wellness book. It was pretty cool.
Have I told that story?
you and
How
I,
do you know that?
Because you and I did a little video going through your old CDs on for like TikTok, and you pulled out the book of T.O.'s health and wellness. What was it?
Finding Fitness with Terrell Owens.
He signed it for Dave.
Well, my sister got it from a friend who like worked with him, and he just signed me a book. It's the most generic workout book ever. There's like nothing in there that's like new, groundbreaking training.
Right.
It's just like, this is how you do a tricep extension.
He did have one of the all-time just physiques.
First team all body.
Oh, my God.
First team all body. Easily.
Biceps like you read about, Randy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is such a random poll.
I'm surprised. At one point, did you realize that I was talking about your book?
Yeah, when you said Tio, I was like, he's either calling back, circling back, where we talked about hyperbaric chambers, or yeah, he's talking about something that I didn't realize I had ever disclosed publicly. Yes, I do have Tio's autograph. Thank you.
It's great.
Man, he won 3 Super Bowls, all-time leading rusher. You should have got that, dude.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
Were your parents there?
I was so put up. I was there with, I think, just my dad. But I don't think my dad was around me at the time. He may have like stepped away to, I don't know what was going on, but it was just us. And I was like, hey, man, I got you alone. Like, I think because we were alone, he felt like empowered to just like, oh, no one's watching. No one's going to know I just denied this little fucker.
Yeah.
And he just kept cruising, man.
Did he
barely acknowledged that I was there.
Did he win Dancing with the Stars? Because that's also
Yes, he did.
Smith won. Yeah, the 3rd season of Dancing with the Stars.
Think
Man,
I was-
imagine.
I had other autographs on the ball. I had, like I mentioned, I had Jerry Jones as one of them and a few other.
You still have the ball?
No, I think I was
Oh.
so just like put out by the situation. I just like tossed the ball like, fuck this.
You threw it in the LBJ?
I don't know what I did with it.
Ladybird Lake or whatever?
I don't think I did that. It probably sat in my room for a few years and then I tossed it with some junk. I don't
Remember
know.
who else you got?
No.
Damn.
Talking 93. This is a while ago.
That's a pretty good team.
It was a really good team. But like I didn't get Aikman or anything like that. You know, it was.
Yeah.
I looked up the year that Jerry Jones bought the Cowboys to make sure I wasn't making it up, and it was 89. I'm in the clear there.
Okay.
So
Jerry
was-
Jones' signature is kind of cool.
Yeah.
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 All right.
I got Vinatieri. Who's the kicker that had a really bad game and like got the yips really bad? Vanderjack.
Also a former
also
Cowboy.
V that played for the Colts. I got his his autograph right before he started to suck.
Yeah, he was kind of a noted douche, if I'm not mistaken.
Gave me
Vanderjagt.
an autograph.
That's nice, though. Yeah, I've never been shut down like that. That's crazy.
I don't know.
One day we'll have him on. He's always pushing something.
I just don't think that's gonna. If we have him on, I will confront him on the issue.
You have to.
That's a promise.
I bet he makes it good and gets Park something.
You think he's a good guy?
I've never really heard otherwise.
Same.
I think he has a kid that goes to or went to a school that is like
He's
for
got
kids who have I will say special needs, but he goes and my sister's interacted with him and she said he's been very nice and
Okay.
does a lot of work.
Maybe he was in a
community.
bad mood.
Fresh off the Super Bowl, could have been riding a little high.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the holdout year. You know, there was a holdout year.
93. All right. I'm not even sure if it was 93. I was about 10.
There's a year he held out the first 2 games and they went 0-2. He came back, then they won the Super Bowl. I think that was 93.
Okay.
But who knows? Yeah. Anyway, I'll be watching. Keep me in your prayers. It's just they've got the Lakers have the cool coach. They got JJ. He's so cool. He's so young and hot. They got LeBron.
Got
He's
cool
LeBron.
tats.
It's just the whole thing's gross.
LeBron is still a freak in nature, man. I don't know how he's doing what he's doing at his age.
At our age,
At our age.
Just locked in.
he's got
I know-
locked in disease.
I know that's like the lowest hanging fruit sports commentary imaginable, but it's still crazy.
Randy.
Locked in syndrome.
Locked in syndrome.
He does.
He just can't. He can't unlock. Can you imagine?
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
We're going to talk Shaq?
I'm locked into Prize Picks,
Okay.
but yeah, I do want to talk Shaq. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. Just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. You can now win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. It's even the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. Do you know they invented the flex play?
I did not know that. It makes sense, though.
It does make sense. It means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. And Prize Picks now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. I mean, look, I'm not going to say I'm going to be hopping on Prize Picks for Mavs-Lakers tomorrow, but I might look into it. You
Okay.
got to think Luka goes for at least 200 points.
At least.
Somewhere around there.
Something like that. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. PrizePick also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, PrizePicks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineup. Check it out. We are huge fans. Download the app today. Use code DIP. That's DIP to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, download the app today. Use code DIP. Get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Everybody okay out there?
I think they're fine.
Sounded like someone held a heavy box up about like above their head and just let it drop on the floor.
We talk a lot about baseball guys being like just guys who are always getting into shit in the dugout, in the locker room, doing weird shit to each other, pranks.
It's a weird group of guys, typically.
It is a weird group of guys, and that's okay. I want to talk about Shaq. Every now and then you hear somebody, a former teammate of Shaq's, go on a pod. There's a lot of ex-player pods, and those are very popular right now. We had Jason Richardson, a teammate of Shaq's in Phoenix, tell a story. And I don't know. Have you heard this? Did you read this story?
I read it when I saw it in the rundown. I was unfamiliar before.
Okay. I don't think this is that funny. This is just weird and like
This is
reprehensible behavior.
this is crossing the line egregiously so.
Okay. His story revolved around teammate Lou Amundsen, who unknowingly became the target of O'Neal's pranks for the entire season. So this guy would ride his bike to the team facility, to the games, which is great.
Yeah.
Part of his green initiative. Very cool. Every time he rode it to practice, Shaq would just hide the bike, which I will say that is objectively funny.
That is pretty funny.
Hiding the bike is a good bit.
I told the story of my sister used to drive a Jeep Wrangler in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and she would she took the door like when it was warm outside. She took the doors off, so you could just hop in it whenever you wanted. Her friends would hop in it, throw it in neutral. It was a stick shift, and they would just move it across the parking lot or like to the other side of school. They would just push it. I thought that was really funny.
That's a good bit.
It's a good bit.
Yeah.
They did it to her a lot. This is similar, but we're talking about a bicycle, not a vehicle.
Okay, so like, all right, dude, you're getting punked by Shaq all season with the bike thing.
That one's fairly harmless.
At some point, like you get a bike lock though, right?
Yeah.
Or you just get a vehicle.
You pull that thing right into the facility, right? You don't leave it outside. You just yeah.
Well, he gets Shaq back, does something to, what does he do? Oh, the aluminum popcorn trick. Which I don't really know if that's just like filling the guy's car with popcorn, which I think is that any given Sunday? I feel like
Aluminum popcorn trick.
I don't know.
It's not like the thing where you open a can and the thing shoots out at you, right? Like with the spring in it. What is it, Randy? You got something?
I'm looking it up.
He pranked O'Neal's van with aluminum popcorn. Okay, so gets him back, thinking, all right, we're even now, right? It's Shaq we're talking about here. This is late career Shaq also.
So he just doesn't. He doesn't even care.
I didn't fucking care. He's Shaq.
He's a made man.
Yeah, he's absolutely a made man. What do you do if somebody does that? What's the retaliation? Keep in mind, you are the instigator. How about this? You take the guy's mouthpiece when he's not in his locker, put it in your ass, and you put it back.
Did he just put it like on the crack or like in his ass?
I don't think I was thinking about this. I'm guessing he just went crack.
I would hope so.
But it's still like you don't really want it there. I don't want anybody touching my mouthpiece. If I found out you picked up my mouthpiece with your dirty hands, I'd still be upset.
Yeah.
And guy goes and plays the entire game with it.
Oh.
Doesn't stop there.
Pranks, you can keep escalating a prank as long as you don't cross over into a different like echelon of pranking.
I'm going to give you
like
an illness. Like I'm going to give you E. coli. I'm going to ruin the next week of your life.
Hiding a guy's bike and then putting shit in his car. Like those are harmless.
Absolutely.
Those are funny. Like, yeah, it's inconvenient when you have to, clean out your car or whatever. But when you start to mess with something that goes in your mouth, that's a whole different level of pranking. It goes from friendly to unfriendly.
Also mentions taking his toothbrush, putting it in a toilet.
That's even worse, I think. Well, they're both terrible, but good God.
Meanwhile, the entire bench is laughing at you as you like come off the bench with your mouthpiece. And then finally, I think Jason Richardson like tells him like, dude, anything in your locker, like just get rid of it. Like none of that it has all been
good guy, Jay
compromised.
Rich. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
This popcorn thing seems to be a common prank in the NBA where they just fill like a car with their teammates' car, a lot like the rookies, with popcorn. And then they might put aluminum foil all over the car. So it's like one of those aluminum foil like popper things. So
okay.
you do it. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about because I'm seeing this from a lot. It's like very common amongst the league. Interesting. Did not know that.
And a pain in the ass, truly, to like clean that out. But again, you're not messing with someone's.
You're not exposing them to
fecal matter.
Fecal matter. Yeah,
I like to avoid fecal matter at all times whenever possible.
Yeah, no, I mean it's out of season right now anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, the popcorn bit, like that's just that is a beating, but that is funny. You get in your car though after the popcorn, like your seats are all slimy, you know.
This will get your charter pulled,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Do some shit like this, they turn you in. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
"Hey, man,
absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
you took hazing a little far, bud."
I mean, like, could we get away with doing it to Brett? The popcorn thing, not the
Maybe.
other
I
one?
mean, looks like Giannis has done it. J.R.
It's
Smith has done
Giannis,
it. No, it's
actually.
Giannis.
Yeah, not Giannis flex appeal.
The Pacers have done it. The Warriors have done it. Yeah. Devin Booker.
Huh.
Interesting.
Wait, do you do it? So wait, is it pre-popped?
I'm just looking at the thumbnails and it looks like
Has
it's
to
just
be.
like
What am I? That's so stupid to even say.
yeah. Well, I thought originally maybe it was like you do it the kernels and then like the tinfoil and heat it up. I think it's already popped and they just like put it all in there. Like you get big old bags of popcorn.
Okay.
So it's just a bunch of popcorn in someone's car.
What movie is it where it's definitely Any Given Sunday. And I think it is based on something that really happened where the guy takes the chainsaw and just cuts the car in half. Did that not happen?
That really happened?
I thought that was like based on like Lawrence Taylor or something crazy. I could be way off.
That's kind of funny.
Either way, don't mess with people's toothbrushes. Don't mess with their mouthpiece.
Mess with my car all day over my toothbrush.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on, Shaq. You're one of the good guys, man. Don't do this.
Is he though? You kind of hear these things come out. It sounds like he might have just been the worst teammate ever.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess he kind of had some family drama as well.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he
Okay.
did. I think he did. He's hilarious.
Walks around the locker room all naked. One of those guys, like proud to be naked guy.
You got
But that's just sports.
you got to think he's well endowed.
Yeah.
Got to.
Any team that has good chemistry has at least one guy who's like funny naked guy. You may not like it. He may hit you with a wristwatch, and you're
Oh.
like, I don't like that you did that.
Little bat wing.
A bat wing.
We had a guy on our high school baseball again. Our high school baseball team. He was a year older than me, and he did a thing called the light show.
Okay.
I may have mentioned this on the pod before, but every now and then he would treat us to a light show in the locker room, typically after a win. We'd go shower, and then he would come back from the shower, and he would be wearing only a bow tie,
Okay.
and he would shut the lights off, and then he has a friend help him. They have the lights on, and when the light came back on, he was doing some kind of just penis trick or just like putting his beehole in someone's face. It was truly grotesque. But he would do like wristwatch shit, that kind of stuff all the time. And he crossed the line a couple of times with some guys, but nothing as bad as this. You'd also just like find a dead squirrel and just like hang it in someone's locker, like that kind of stuff.
What's he up to now?
I don't know.
You checked in on
I
him?
don't know. Let me give him a little search.
Get him on the show.
Instagram.
You guys ever saran wrap one of your boys' locks?
No.
Pretty bad. You just take their lock and you just take a saran wrap and just keep on wrapping it up, and it's just like a big old ball of plastic. So it takes them a long time to even just get to their lock.
Was this something you guys did in the track and field house?
Yeah, definitely. It's weird because like I know baseball guys across the board. Ours were kind of mild. The track guys were a little bit more of the weird ones that would do fun stuff like that.
Huh.
The swimmers were the worst because they had their own locker room on the whole complete other side.
You can't
of the
leave people
thing.
unsupervised.
Yeah,
You can't leave them.
The swimmers had the antics I heard from there were terrible.
Mm.
There's okay. I found his Facebook. He hadn't updated it since 2012. So yeah, I don't know what this guy's up to, or even if he's alive.
Okay.
Hopefully he is.
Yeah. We can never get him on. If you get his number, we'll just call him.
Okay. We'll call
Steve
him,
Smith style.
see what's up.
What if he just pauses and just says,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. What else? What are you supposed to say?
Yeah, I think he probably knew that. He probably had a good idea that it was being recorded,
Mm-hmm.
so you didn't want to like I'm sorry, and that's probably the best thing you can say. He's probably dealing with it on his own end at that point with if he is indeed married like we think he is.
Mm-hmm.
So he's having a tough week as well.
It's true.
And he had it coming, so I don't feel bad for him.
Hey, how much Four Nations did you watch? Did you at least watch the gold medal game? Or
Yeah,
the
I
final
watched
game?
the whole thing. The gold medal game, that was.
How sick was that?
It was sick.
Were you a little disappointed the Boston fans weren't a little bit meaner?
Yeah.
I kind of expected,
I expected not to be able to hear the Canadian national anthem because of all the booing.
Yeah,
We're talking Boston.
I know it's not Philly, but
After they booed our national anthem, you got to
They
think
boo back.
You got to think Boston will really let them have it.
I was a little surprised.
Me too. Maybe they drowned it out in the broadcast or something.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
don't
saw a
know.
lot of people applauding them for not doing that, but who cares? It's a good bit. It's a really good bit. Let's boo some anthems.
Yeah.
I thought the entire thing was just incredibly well done, and I know the NHL still the NHL's not going to overtake the NBA or
Did this
anytime
replace
soon, but
their All-Star game?
it did this year, yes. And then you have the Olympics next year, I believe. So I don't know when the next one of these is going to be. I don't think it's for a few years.
Whenever you get countries competing against each other and not, conferences or whatever,
yeah,
it takes things up a few notches and the interest from the public. It's a great thing. It was a lot of fun, even though it's like Will pointed out, it was a pretty meaningless exhibition game, but it was still a lot of fun to watch.
every 2 years is what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. As a guy, I know we talked about this last week about the NBA All-Star game, but it was just a nice change of pace and dude, the highest viewed hockey game of all time.
I wouldn't be surprised if other leagues copy this format in some way.
NBA makes sense.
NBA makes sense. MLB, there are plenty of foreign players that could get like a South American team together and just have something like that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, NFL, you're not going to do it. It's fine. We get it. NFL, there's nothing they can do.
And they do theirs after the season
Yeah.
when people stop caring completely.
For sure.
So it's like no one gives a shit about all,
But the NBA, I know they boast about their international players more than anybody. You know what I mean? Worldwide, truly a global game now. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Even if they just run threes or something. 2-on-2. I'd watch that.
Or maybe get the best teams from your home state or something could be fun. Plenty of, Florida, California, Texas are all represented pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't know, something where you get state or national pride involved is a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think that's the only way they can make it interesting.
Is it possible to do the NFL All-Star stuff mid-season? I know you can't play a game.
Just
That
too many-
doesn't make any sense, but a skills competition.
That's one where the owners are so dug in it, even the Players Association, where it's the
They
risk
won't.
of injury is just too much.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think that would ever happen, but they got to do something. Or maybe they don't. Maybe All-Star games just don't matter and it's for kids and who cares. But I will say that was a fun watch.
Yeah, it was. Well done.
Well done. All right. That was kind of a shorty, but we'll be back next week with KJ at full strength, unless you got something else.
I got a short run it back if you want to do that.
Little combine?
We got NFL Combine this week.
We'll talk combine next week for sure.
I'm pretty excited. A lot of Longhorns invited. A record 14 players. Yeah.
Damn.
Invited to the Combine from Texas, which is pretty exciting for me personally. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
But you were not invited.
No, they didn't give me the nod this year.
Okay.
Open for next year.
Okay.
Run it back is the segment during which we talk about what we already talked about. Dave goes upper deck while Dillon is a lower decker.
Mm-hmm.
KJ spent some hours at the San Marcos Twin Peaks over the weekend. Randy wants Dillon to treat him like the dirty little pile of trash he is.
Mm-hmm.
Dave has a sty. Dave is on crash out watch when Dallas plays the Lake Show. And finally, Dillon is not an Emmitt Smith fan. And that concludes Run It Back.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you to Prize Picks. We will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.